we discuss the solution of a problem from algebra that appeared in a national eligibility test examination. This question has appeared in CSIR-UGC NET National Eligibility Test in Mathematical Sciences examination held on 26th November 2020. It is the problem from the section Algebra. The problem is, which of the following statements is true? There are four options given to you. First option, every even integer n greater than or equal to 16 divides n minus 1 factorial plus 3. n minus factorial plus 3. Second option, every odd integer n greater than or equal to 16 divides n minus 1 factorial. Third option, every even integer n greater than or equal to 16 divides n minus 1 factorial. Fourth option, for every integer n greater than or equal to 16, n square divides n factorial plus 1. We discuss the solution of this problem. Solution. In the case of option 3, if we take n is equal to 16, then we see that 16 divides 16 minus 1 factorial. Why? Because we find 16 as 2 into 8 in 15 factorial. So thus, in the case of the option 3, if n is equal to 16, then 16 divides 16 minus 1 factorial. Now, we now prove the result in general. Let n be any even integer greater than or equal to 16. Let us take n is equal to 2 times m, where m is a positive integer greater than or equal to 8. Now, n minus 1 factorial will be n is equal to 2m. Therefore, it is 2m minus 1 factorial, that is equal to 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into m plus 1 into 2m minus 1. In this, we see 2 into m, 2m is there. So, 2m, clearly 2m divides 2m minus 1 factorial when m greater than or equal to 8. Thus, every even integer n greater than or equal to 16 divides n minus 1 factorial. We make a remark. In fact, this result is true for every even integer n greater than or equal to 6. But however, the given option is true. So, answer is option 3 is true. We continue this discussion. We rule out the options 1, 2 and 4 to conclude option 3 is true. Sometimes people do it. That is, they rule out the options 1, 2, 4 and thereby they conclude the option 3 is true because it is a question from the section B. Only one answer is correct. Therefore, they will rule out the options 1, 2 and 4 and they will conclude option 3 is true. So how do we rule out option 1? Option 1 is every even integer n greater than or equal to 16 divides n minus 1 factorial plus 3. Let us take n is equal to 16. Then 16 minus 1 factorial plus 3 is 15 factorial plus 3 is an odd positive integer. Why? because 15 factorial is even and 15 factorial plus 3 will be a odd positive integer. Why? In 15 factorial that ends with 0, that is the units place in 15 factorial is 0. 15 factorial plus 3 will be an odd positive integer. So therefore 16 cannot divide an odd positive integer. In fact, no even number divides a odd positive integer. 16 does not divide 15 factorial plus 3, which is an odd positive integer, since no even positive integer divides an odd positive integer. Therefore 16 does not divide 16 minus 1 factorial plus 3. So thus every even integer n greater than or equal to 16 does not divide n minus 1 factorial plus 3. Therefore the option 1 is not true. Let's go to the option 2. Every odd integer, n greater than or equal to 16 divides n minus 1 factorial. Let us take 17. N 17 is greater than or equal to 16. Let us take that as the odd integer. Let n is equal to 17. And notice that 17 is not a factor of n minus 1 factorial, and n minus 1 factorial is 16 factorial. That is 17 is not a factor of 16 factorial. It is very clear. So 17 does not divide 17 minus 1 factorial. Why? It is 17 is a prime number bigger than 16. Bigger than 16. Therefore 17 is not a factor of 16 factorial. Thus, every odd integer n greater than or equal to 16 does not divide n minus 1 factorial. So, the option 2 is not true. Consider the option 4. For every integer n greater than or equal to 16, its square n square divides n factorial plus 1. Let us take n is equal to 16. Notice that n factorial plus 1, that is n is 16, 16 factorial plus 1 is an odd positive integer. Now n square is 256, which is an even number, does not divide 16 factorial plus 1, which is an odd positive integer. So thus for every integer n greater than or equal to 16, n square does not divide n factorial plus 1. Therefore, the option 4 is not true. So we have ruled out the options 1, 2 and 4 are not true. Therefore, the option 3 is true. The answer is option 3 is true. However, we have proved option 3 in general situation also in the last slides. So that is the discussion of the solution of the problem from algebra, which appeared in CSIR UGC NET examination under section B. Section B for 3 marks. For 3 marks, and only one answer is true section. I hope that you have understood the solution of the problem. I wish you all the best. Thank you.